Hari Om. As we read all other stories, it is said that your story is also being written. Now, at this moment, where you are, what you do, up till this moment, your story has been written. Now, that cannot be changed. But henceforth, from this moment onwards, it depends on you how your story will be written. So, in that stories, what events will come, what happenings will come, what dialogues will come. So, most of the things that depend on you. So, now you can create your own happenings in your story. So, always remain cautious and decide how your story should be told after many years. Okay, yes, chances this person was there, and this was the circumstances, conditions he was in. This was the things he got as ordained by the providence. But this way, he faced that situation, and he not only faced the life but also made it. So, in what way your story should be told and heard, that depends on how we act, speak, and think this moment. So, in this way, should our story contain comedy, tragedy, or melody? Gurudev says, what you get is the gift from God to you, and what you do with what you have is your gift to Him. So, let us make the best possible use of all the inner and outer resources that we get, and let us create, let us write our story anew from this moment that will inspire others, that will give some joy, some assurance of goodness to others. So we are the writer of our own story. Now, second small story. One person was standing at the end of one peak of the mountain, at the cliff, and he was standing very still, steady, and without any movement. So the other people who were just wandering there were thinking what he is doing there. Some people were thinking that he must have lost his goat or cattle, and therefore he is thinking where they must have gone. Some people thought that some friend, he must be awaiting for his friend to come. Some people thought that he is a poet and just thinking about the natural beauty that spread around and beneath his feet in the valley so as to compose some poem. So at last, some of them gathered courage and came near this boy and they just disturbed him. Hari Om, what you are doing here? So this boy said, I am thinking of not thinking. Else, always, when we get up from deep sleep, we come to a waking state. Always we think of something. Many thoughts come in our mind. Many thoughts of many objects. So I am going through a process of unlearning. Unless we empty our mind from all these thoughts, we become quiet outside also and calm and serene inside also. Then we can experience the real peace, and from that surge up the creativity. So I'm thinking of not thinking. Alert, but devoid of any thought. That is the state of bliss. So you also, at least for some time in the day, think of not thinking. Remain awake, alert, vigilant, and quiet. That is the highest state of meditation. Now, one more small story. What happened? Once a king declared a painting competition, and many entries came from all over his state. First, second round, the other examiners, other great painters, they filtered and shortlisted all the entries. And at last, to the king, they gave two entries that they thought out of that two, one must be given first prize. That decision they wanted from king himself. So they gave those two pictures to king. And queen was also by his side, king's side. So they were watching those pictures. One picture was named Happiness, and there was a bright sunlight, lush green, and flowing, and birds, and children playing, etc. So, very nice picture. And one picture was faith, and in that picture, all the storm was painted, all the things were toppled down, and here and there, this furious wind was blowing, and one waterfall was painted in that. And behind that waterfall, there was one small place where a nest of birds was there. And those small birdlings and their parents, they were there. And still, they were singing the glories of the God. That in such a storm, and behind this Georgia's waterfall, we have got this small, secure place to stay in, to live in. So they were expressing their gratitude towards God and they were singing happily his names. King said, see, when all the things are conducing outside, no wonder that one remains happy. But in such a condition, when there is expression of faith and trust in God, so that is something to be appreciated. And he declared first award to that picture. So in this way, there was the competition of painting. Hariom.